Welcome to Inside Property Development. I'm a SME property developer myself, have worked in the house building industry for 40 years this year. It's actually more difficult than it's ever been, and at the same time we've got a bigger housing and affordability problem than we've ever had before. I'm really interested in helping get that solved. The way to do that, I believe, is to get inside and behind and all around property development to understand how it really works and therefore what the problems are and how we can all solve them together. Obviously, it's property developers of all sizes, but it's everyone else in the industry as well. Of course, it's the people we work with, it's architects, it's planning consultants, it's ecologists, it's all the experts and specialists that we work with. And it's also, of course, local authority planners and planning committees and local residents and people that might be impacted by what we do, and NIMBYs that don't like stuff anywhere near where they live, and YIMBYs who would actually like much more good development where it needs to be, and basically everyone involved in the process. Because one of the problems is the for a long time the industry has been pretty confrontational. People haven't been working together. People haven't seen or understood other people's points of view. That's all been very, confrontational right from the beginning, which is not good for anyone. And one of the reasons for that, I believe, is because many people are sort of looking at things just from their own point of view. They're not seeing the bigger picture. They don't realise what it's like for the other side, and that is in itself one of the problems. There shouldn't actually be any sides in this. I believe we should all be working together in order to help get good housing and commercial space as well, and places and spaces created. Right, just a quick one. Whether you are a massively experienced and well-established property developer already, or maybe you're a new or aspiring one, either way, you will know that it is really not easy to find viable opportunities to come up with the best scheme, the best design that's going to maximise the land value and fully de-risk things for you, and then to go on to get the very best planning permissions as quickly as possible. However experienced you are, you will know that that is not an easy thing. I have put together a super detailed scorecard based on my 40 years experience in this industry, reverse engineering everything that I've learned, including lots and lots of mistakes over the years, and everything I've done to maintain, touch wood, 100% planning track record. I'm pretty sure there will be stuff that you don't know. Go and do that scorecard. Find out just how good or not your current process is, and I absolutely guarantee you will learn at least a little something, if not a ton. So it's bit.ly /MLA score, all in capitals. You can do the Millbank Land Academy scorecard. I absolutely guarantee you will find some interesting stuff, and it will help you get much better deals. Hopefully, between us all working together, we can understand each other's points of view and the challenges that we face, and hopefully eventually get more good quality, sustainable housing created in the right way. Now, as well as all understanding each other's points of view and working together and collaborating, it's worth talking about who is actually going to build the houses. Yeah. Now, I'm particularly focused on supporting and helping SME developers and smaller house builders. And in fact, I've got a whole another business I set up 10 years ago specifically designed to train and help and support those people. And one of the reasons for that is because there's not enough of them and they are rapidly declining. And one of the reasons for that, in fact, the main reason was the complexity of the planning system. What happened is, historically, most of those house builders and smaller developers were builders and contractors, right? They were really good at building houses. They'd find land, get planning permission relatively quickly, build some houses, sell some houses, on to the next one. Fantastic. But what happened since the late 80s, the planning system started getting increasingly complicated and complex and expensive. And it got to the point whereby, just being a good builder was no longer, and still is no longer, good enough. You need to have to be an absolute expert on planning and getting through all of the red tape and complications that you now have to deal with. And in actual fact, up to this point in time, there's now more of that than there ever has been. You can imagine for new people trying to come in and make it work and grow a business, it's not surprising that, they either go bust or give up very, very quickly. Now, I don't know what the latest survey numbers are, but I suspect it's even less than 2,500 now, as things have continued to get even worse since that last report in 2017. One of the things I'm hoping we will all be able to do here together is help support and encourage and train and teach and share with SME developers and house builders about what the problems are and how to overcome them. Thanks for tuning in to Inside Property Development. Please remember to like and subscribe. Do join us every week where we'll be speaking to house builders, developers, experts, planners and everyone involved in trying to get more much needed housing created the right way. We'll learn together how we can collaborate rather than fight, and by working together we can all help create better places, spaces and homes and a much more beautiful world.